and welcome back to the channel. I'm currently in Parramatta outside the well-known Roxy Theatre, and next door is the site of the new Parramatta Sydney Metro station. The Parramatta Sydney Metro station is part of the Sydney Metro West project and is expected to open in 2032. The Parramatta Metro, or the Sydney Metro West project, will convey passengers from Hunter Street, Wynyard, to Westmead via Five Dock and Parramatta and Olympic Park. So let's get on with a bit of history about the Roxy before we head over and see what we can see through the fence.
The Roxy Theatre is a heritage-listed former theatre on George Street in Parramatta. It was designed by Moore and Dyer in association with Herbert and Wilson. It's had many names in the past, such as Roxy Spanish Theatre, Hoyt's Roxy Centre, Village Roxy 3, and The Roxy. The theatre was added to the New South Wales Heritage Register on the 2nd of April 1999. The Roxy Theatre was the first in a proposed chain of suburban theatres managed by Roxy Theatres Limited and was named after the master cinema showman himself. Originally it had 1,923 seats, and though it was opened with the talkies, it had a Christie Theatre organ which was reputedly one of the largest and finest in the state. In June 1929, the Cumberland, Argus and Fruit Growers Advocate reported that negotiations have practically been completed for the purchase of a suitable site in George Street. The site was owned by Mr. L. Jack, at present occupied by two two-storey houses and a cottage. Two adjoining properties were simultaneously sold for the construction of a number of shops. The sale thus comprised in total of 59, 61, 63, 65, 67 and 69 George Street. The opening on the 6th of February 1930 was an event of considerable social importance, with a packed audience and an interested crowd of several thousands in the street opposite the brightly illuminated entrance. The formal ceremony of dedication was performed by the Mayor, supported by local dignitaries and a state MP. The theatre was praised as a symbol of local progress, and the evening features greetings to the people of Parramatta, voiced from the screen by several Paramount film stars. The architecture of the buildings was a sincere attempt at the Spanish style in a time where Australia was infected by a kind of Spanish, Moorish, Venetian style. It exhibited a provincial simplicity in its arcaded forecourt, foyer and auditorium, but also included a few Mesopotamian bull sphinxes over the proscenium. The main entrance under the ornate quasi-Spanish mission tower opened into an elaborate two-storey high foyer with Spanish motifs. The auditorium was noted for its striking proscenium and splay walls, ceiling dome with its sunburst lighting effects, mock windows on the side walls and blind arcading supporting the deep ceiling cornice. The building was also air-conditioned. In 1937, Western Suburbs Limited leased the cinema. Hoyts purchased the site in 1946. During the war, the elaborate ceiling luminaries were removed, and in the 1950s the organ was sold, but little else was altered until the 1970s. In 1974, the sale of the theatre by Hoyts was proposed, and with an uncertain future. The site was classified by the National Trust of Australia, New South Wales, as an important example of a suburban picture palace. The Trust made the Roxy the second cinema in New South Wales, after the State Theatre in Sydney, to be placed on its register. Though demolition was prevented, in 1976 Hoyts tripled the size of the cinema by removing the original proscenium and splay walls, cutting off the dress circle from downstairs to form one cinema. The ceiling and walls of the upper part of the auditorium were retained, with the remainder of the stalls converted to smaller cinemas. Minor alterations were made to the vestibule. The front courtyard was retained. New shops were installed on the side wings. Photographs in the National Library collection show the Prime Minister Gough Whitlam at the reopening of the Roxy in 1976 with a capacity crowd, night lighting and the planting of a special tree in a tub. In 1979, Hoyts sold the Roxy to Village Cinemas. In 1982, the exterior was repainted, and in 1988, the forecourt was refurbished with new shops installed in the arcaded wings flanking the front courtyard. The building was painted externally and internally, opening again on the 13th of November. Village Theatres took control in July 1996. In March 2002, the Roxy Cinema closed for the last time, after 70 years of use as a cinema. In 2004, it was bought by the Palace Group, who commenced renovations, gutting the two lower, more recent cinemas and turning it into a nightclub. In March 2004, the Roxy was reopened after being redeveloped into an entertainment complex. Renamed the Roxy, the hotel provided a bar with access to the courtyard, a venue to view live entertainment and to hold functions in a contemporary atmosphere with an elegant and historical setting. After issues arising with the behaviour of some patrons and the police, the owner decided to close the Roxy Hotel venue on the 31st of July 2014. In December 2017, Urbis Limited proposed a redevelopment of the site which would see the Roxy Theatre restored as a multi-purpose space for cinema, lectures, performances and functions as part of a 5-level entertainment, performance and function centre podium, with a 27-storey office tower on top. The new building was planned to sit on top of the existing theatre without touching it. The National Trust of Australia expressed concerns about the design and around avoiding damage during construction, while community group Save the Roxy Theatre expressed support that the theatre would be protected. In July 2018, the Heritage Council of New South Wales recommended rejection of the proposed redevelopment due to the disparity in scale between the theatre and proposed tower, as well as the visual impact of the tower on the theatre. The Heritage Council sought to limit the size of the tower to 12 stories. The owner strongly opposed the suggestion of reducing the size and floated reopening the venue as a nightclub if rejected. Plans to redevelop the site and demolish the original structure to accommodate a large residential tower were not approved by Parramatta Council in 2018, and the matter was referred to the Land and Environment Court. And now the following scenes are going to be of the present day and what's happening now with the Sydney Metro project and whatnot. This information was from Wikipedia, and there is so much more. If you want to read that, I'll put the link, the Wikipedia link, in the description of this video.
Alrighty. So it's said that currently it's supposed to reopen featuring restaurants and things alike. I'll end up finding and posting or copying, whatever, the link to that article in the description. Beautiful old building though. Looks like there was a development proposal here. However, the paper's been sort of, that's behind there, so it's been ripped out. Hopefully the proposal and everything's still going ahead, I don't know. It's possible. Oopsie. Sorry, just figuring out what I'm doing. Alrighty. But yeah, how great would that be if the building reopened as like a club, maybe with some restaurants and things like that. It'll be pretty cool, I think. I mean, yeah. Sorry for the weird camera angles. Just trying to do like 15 things at once. used to say something there. You got the U and something else. But yeah, anyway, that's all for this video. Hey, if anything comes of this, I'll definitely come back for updates and things. But in the meantime, just, yeah, thank you for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you very soon. Ciao.